There's no doubt that a lot of crazy things happen behind prison walls, but some stories have really crossed the line. From forbidden romances to movie-like escapes that were caught on camera, that's exactly what you're going to see today. So go ahead and drop a like, hit the subscribe button below, and let's get started. At the beginning of the footage, we see two police cars arriving from the left, passing through a large automatic gate and stopping in the prison parking lot. Pay attention to the vehicle on the left. A police officer gets out, closes the door, and goes to check the trunk, while another officer emerges from the driver's seat of the other car. The two begin talking and walking in the opposite direction of the gate, which starts to close. That's when Michael sees his chance and bolts, leaving the gate to close right in front of the officers' faces. The highly methodical security system ended up slowing down the prisoners' recapture since the officers couldn't open the door or the gate right away. One of them runs to the glass door in the center of the video to ask for help, but by the time they managed to open it, the prisoner had already disappeared into the streets. In a jaw-dropping video, we see how an incredibly opportunistic prisoner managed to escape from a police station in Cincinnati, Ohio, while she was being prepped for transport to jail. There were no officers nearby when Melissa Cordell was waiting to be taken to prison. The video shows the moment she sneaks up to the half door at the reception desk to see if it's unlocked. After finding out it was, she steps back for a moment, but then gathers the courage and goes for it, hiding right behind a deputy who was busy on the phone. After removing her inmate uniform, she walks out just like the other prisoners who were being released at that time, strolling confidently out the door. The responsible deputy explained that they process around 1,200 inmates at the station, with up to 90 prisoners arriving and being released daily, trying to justify the mistake after the escape was revealed. Deputy Patrick Edmond was conducting a routine inspection of the cells at a prison in Gwinnett, Georgia, when he suddenly had a medical emergency and almost lost his life. John Queen and 5 other inmates noticed that the deputy was having a heart attack and rushed to help. One grabbed a chair, another ran to the dormitory to call for help. Some tried using the officer's radio, while others banged on the walls to get the attention of the guards. Paramedics arrived in minutes and said that if it weren't for the prisoner's quick actions, the officer could have easily died. The officer who had the heart attack is well liked by the prisoners, always giving good advice and trying to help them out. Thanks to that, he received support when he needed it most. In return, the inmates were rewarded with a special treat, pizza, and the right to watch movies. Gerald Hyde-Hundu was arrested for possession of illegal substances. After some time at the station, he was taken to his court hearing in Benton County, Washington, where multiple security cameras captured the moment he managed to escape right under the noses of the guards. After his hearing ended, he was in a small hallway, with other prisoners waiting to be taken back to their respective jails when he saw his chance. Walking backward, he slipped through a door while the guard was distracted with the other prisoners. The security cameras show Gerald's journey through the courthouse, including the moment when, still handcuffed, he managed to remove his inmate uniform and use it to hide the cuffs. Near freedom, Gerald also ditched the orange sandals, part of his inmate uniform, in the hallway as he kept running and eventually escaped through the front door. Inmates were caught in the prison yard while sunbathing, receiving goods via drone. Security footage shows an inmate in the middle of the yard, looking impatiently at the sky, when suddenly a package drops near him. He quickly grabs it and hides it. What he didn't expect was that other inmates didn't like what they were seeing, and the guards were soon informed. The inmate who received the package was caught red-handed. The package contained illegal items and a cell phone, both of which were seized. According to investigations, he had arranged the drop with a friend during visiting hours. The drone flew over the area undetected, and at the time the prisoners were in the yard, no guards were around. This incident prompted a security reinforcement at the prison. In a Las Vegas police station, some officers stumbled upon a scene so unbelievable that it was actually kind of funny. Inside the bathroom, there was a couple attempting to do something that generally requires privacy between two people. When officers asked the girl what she was doing, she replied, "Making babies," to the officer who pulled her out of the bathroom. It was later discovered that the two were already in a relationship, and they were there because of a crime they committed together.
What were you guys planning on doing there?
Making the babies in that bathroom.
Were you gonna go to prison pregnant, or?
If I was lucky. It didn't work out though. You guys decided to come and bang on the door.
The craziest part? Shortly after the man was caught in the bathroom again. After communicating with the girl, he was probably planning to try the same thing again. On June 4th, 2018, security cameras at a small prison in Houston County, Texas, captured the incredible moment when 38-year-old Shane Saip and 24-year-old Willie Ames driver ran across the lawn, seeking their freedom. Both were responsible for taking out the trash at the prison, a task that gave them a brief illusion of freedom as they tossed the bags into the dumpster outside the tall prison walls. A guard was overseeing the routine, but in a moment of distraction when he was a little further away, the two men took off running. Just 2 days later, after an intense search, both were captured at a residential complex near the prison. This only made things worse for them, as their sentences were extended, of course, for attempting to escape. A scandalous video recently started making the rounds online, sparking outrage from everyone who saw it. The video shows a female prison guard, who should have been responsible for watching over the inmates, kissing and even engaging in intimate activities with a prisoner. After the video spread, it was confirmed as authentic and was filmed inside the Nkom Correctional Center in the KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. The guard in the video was later identified and punished accordingly. The inmate didn't get off easy either, as such behavior is definitely not allowed in prison. A nurse from Coweta County, U.S., found herself facing criminal charges after being caught on security cameras sneaking drugs into the county jail. The nurse, who was supposed to be helping inmates with medical needs, was accused of doing the exact opposite, trafficking drugs she had allegedly smuggled in. In a video obtained by Fox 5 News, Nurse Shanika Roberts is seen talking to an inmate at the counter. The inmate reaches into her pocket, pulls something out, and then hides it inside his prison jumpsuit. After suspicions arose and with the help of the security footage, the nurse was suspended and investigated. She claimed innocence, but all the evidence pointed the other way. A riot organized by inmates in a correctional facility in Sandoval County, Illinois, caused massive chaos. Footage from officers' body cams shows the moment they had to blow open a door that led to the area where inmates were causing trouble. The inmates tried to barricade the door with an object, but officers broke through, scattering the rioters. Despite several demands to surrender, the inmates refused. Eventually, armed officers stormed the area, subduing everyone and ending the riot. Of course, with all the damage and disruption caused, the inmates involved faced harsh punishment, including longer sentences and solitary confinement in maximum security. On October 22, 2022, chaos broke out in the Indian River Juvenile Institution, as captured by surveillance footage in one of the cells. 12 teenage inmates managed to steal keys from a staff member, sparking a destructive rampage. The footage shows the group wreaking havoc, smashing tables, electronics, and causing around $300,000 in damage, including destroyed computers and wrecked rooms. They eventually barricaded themselves in a room using broken furniture, but specialized teams intervened shortly after, using pepper spray to bring the teens under control. Escaping through a window may seem straightforward, but not when that window measures just 30 by 76 centimeters. Derek Stell, 34, had already been convicted multiple times. This time, he was in for car theft and a shootout with the police. But instead of serving his sentence, he devised a daring escape plan. With the help of another inmate who distracted the guards, Derek quickly squeezed through a tiny window and made a run for it. He was even on the phone at the time, which was part of the plan. In just a few seconds, Derek bolted from the building, jumped into a waiting car, and disappeared. The escape happened so fast that no one had time to react. Both Derek and his accomplice were immediately added to the wanted list. Security cameras captured the shocking moment when an inmate attacked a female guard who was distributing meals. The footage shows the guard placing food trays near the cells when suddenly, an inmate grabs her by the hair. Other inmates joined in to help the attacker. Luckily, another officer noticed the commotion and, armed, rushed to intervene, forcing the attackers to release the guard. The situation could have turned deadly, as the inmates were close to grabbing the weapon from the guard's waist. The video shows her securing the gun just in time. Thankfully, the nearby officer was quick to act, preventing a potential tragedy. Nicholas Garrison made a run for it after being sentenced for meth possession in an Ohio courtroom. The whole scene was caught on security cameras and later broadcast on TV. The footage shows Garrison breaking free from two guards as they tried to escort him out of the courtroom. He sprinted down a flight of stairs, with one guard even jumping over the railing in a desperate attempt to catch him, but ended up tumbling down the stairs. Garrison managed to escape initially, but he was recaptured days later, only worsening his legal situation. The guard, who took a fall down the stairs, broke a few ribs, but thankfully recovered. In 2020, a bizarre video was captured in Brazil. A suspect was filmed dancing to hip-hop inside a police station before being taken to jail. The officers, who filmed the scene themselves, asked the man to dance, and he broke out into an impromptu performance. The officers playfully judged his dance moves like it was a talent show.
Vai! Tu é doido? Marcelo D2. Girou a cadeira do jurado? Tá eliminado, esse...
The video quickly went viral, and the officers involved were reprimanded for their unprofessional conduct. Security footage from a jail garage shows the moment inmates were being led to their cells by guards. One of them, Donald Nicely, slyly moved out of sight. As the guards were distracted, Nicely took the chance to hop into a van, whose keys were conveniently left in the ignition, and sped off in a scene straight out of a movie. He smashed through the garage door at high speed and made his escape. The van was found a few kilometers away after crashing into some trees. Nicely was recaptured shortly after, with extra charges added for his daring escape attempt. Mariel Suarez, a judge from Argentina, was caught on security footage kissing a dangerous convict. Suarez had requested a meeting with Cristian Bustos, the criminal seen in the video. She had previously been involved in his trial, where Bustos was sentenced for killing a police officer in 2009. He had fled to Chile, served time there, and was then extradited back to Argentina. Though Bustos received a life sentence, Suarez was the only judge to vote against the harsh punishment. Now, the footage of them kissing has led to an investigation. Suarez denies the kiss, claiming she was simply leaning in to speak with him. There is speculation that she may have been coerced, but nothing has been confirmed yet. 8 inmates held in the basement of a police station, managed to break a lock and leave their cell to save the life of a guard who had a heart attack while supervising them. The incident took place in Weatherford, Texas. Security footage shows the prisoners breaking out and rushing to help the man. Some tried to perform first aid while others banged on doors and walls to alert the other guards. The guards upstairs eventually came down, saw what was happening, and immediately called paramedics. The prisoners were escorted back to their reinforced cell. The medics later stated that if it weren't for the quick actions of the inmates, the guard might not have survived. In a local interview, one of the inmates, Nick Kelton, said they feared the officers would think it was an escape attempt and come in ready to shoot, but they didn't hesitate to help anyway. Gary Grimm, the guard who was saved, expressed his gratitude to the inmates who saved his life. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.